Hi, my name is Eiko Ishiwata. I'm the CEO of Studio Ishiwata. And right now I'm developing a game called Valiant Mirror. It's a 2D, turn-based JRPG that plays like a traditional animation. What makes this game, Valiant Mirror, unique is that it actually used real art. So I painted over 70 paintings in a year for this game. I used actual gouache paints with a paintbrush on watercolor paper. Then I digitized them. I was able to figure out how to replace the 2D sprites with actual real paintings. This is trending within JRPGs right now. The creator of Final Fantasy has just released Fantasian, which uses dioramas scanned into gameplay. In Japan, manga has been consistent for centuries. In Japan, JRPGs has been consistent for generations. Japan doesn't have much tax credits for creators, but here in Canada, the government does. I think that Japanese creators here will have the opportunity to shine. The JRPG with real art will parallel manga in Japan in the coming future. If you look at the loot box method and monetization, it has already been regulated in Japan. How long is it until it's regulated in North America? You cannot do JRPGs or transmedia without credibility. That's why Western companies have a hard time catching up. Who do you want making a game? Master Splinter or Ozzy Osbourne? So when I heard about the attack at the animation studio in Kyoto that employed a lot of women employees, that really affected me. I was thinking, what if my parents didn't move to Canada? I might have been working there. There's a stereotype right now that women developers only create games for women. I'm creating a JRPG. JRPGs appeal to both men and women, both boys and girls. There is an option that players can do to avoid grinding, such as optional side quests, which have different gameplay mechanics. However, you can always choose not to do that and grind if that's what you actually like to do. The combat is similar to the SNES and PlayStation era games. However, the explorative areas have a brand new way of playing an RPG. It plays like a classic animation. Masters of JRPGs such as Sakaguchi and Uematsu are retiring soon. We need to keep this tradition alive for the coming generations. I feel that the original Final Fantasy games were helping children to become heroes. You might know me from Earthlock. I was the music director, the JRPG expert, and the main composer from that game. We sold over 2.5 million copies. The initial reviews for the game of the first release was solely based on how good the music, the artwork, and the sound was. I have the core team members helping out on this game. Myself, the music director, Fritz Olsen, the art director, Cam Jarvis, the audio director, and Greg Mindorf, the mastering engineer. Greg Mindorf has also been nominated for a Grammy. The narrative, the character development, and the gameplay was weak, so I've taken control of those aspects and found amazing talent to make up for their weaknesses. I grew up in St. John's, Newfoundland. There was a lot of racism there. I was one of the only Japanese families growing up. I didn't have any Japanese friends there. I had a lot of bullies. I barely had any friends. In junior high school, my father gifted me Final Fantasy III or Final Fantasy VI. I fell in love with it. When I played it, I felt like I had friends. I felt like I was a member on the party. And it helped me get through my lonely days in school. I want to make sure other children can experience the same thing I experienced through that game by making Valiant Mirror. I want to make sure that children don't feel alone if they're lonely or if they're feeling bullied. My philosophy is about never giving up hope. If I create something amazing, or if I have something that's so dear to me, and just poof, burns up in flames and turns to ashes in a second, I believe that through that destruction, through those ashes, a seed will start growing, and a plant will grow into something more magnificent and greater and more beautiful than what I've lost. This is the message that I tell myself, and I want to convey this message to everyone else through my work. Valiant Mirror will be an amazing game. It's from my imagination. The colors will be vibrant. The music will be magical. The whole world will be ethereal. This game will help children, young adults, and adults conquer anything that gets in their way, and that give them the courage to get through any hurdles that stand in their path. Thank you so much for listening to me, my story, and about my game. And thank you so much for giving Valiant Mirror a chance. しっかり頑張ります。